Hello again. It's Micaela again, here to sing another silly song. Today's silly song is going to have puppets to go with it and a little puppet show. I wish you were here and you could do the puppets too. Today's song is called The Little White Duck, and it has 4 animals in it. They are each different colors, and we identify the animals by their colors as well as what kind of animal they are. We also talk about what sound they make. The first animal, of course, is the duck, and he's white. The second animal is the frog, and he's green. Hey, we did a song about a frog not too long ago. The third animal is about a bug, and he's black. And the last animal is a snake, and he's red. And the song takes place in a pond. And there is an extra puppet besides the 4 animals. There's a 5th animal or a 5th puppet, and that puppet is the location. And it has to do with the setting. And the setting involves not just the pond, but lily pads that float on the pond. Let's learn the song first, and we'll learn it by singing me and then you. That's called echoing. And we'll only do the first and the last part of each verse. So if you'll sing after me, when it's your turn to sing, I'll sing again, but I'll sing quieter. See if you can sing louder than me when it's your turn. Here we go. There's a little white duck. Your turn. There's a little white duck. Now me. Sitting in the water. Sitting in the water. Now me. A little white duck. A little white duck. Doing what he oughter. Doing what he oughter. Wait a minute. It sounds like we're talking about otters. There's no otters up here. That last part is from an old-fashioned expression. It means that the duck is doing what he should be doing. It's an old word that's ought. He's doing what he ought to be doing. Maybe you've heard a person use that. You're not doing what you ought to be doing. So we're saying he's doing what he ought to. He's doing what he oughter. That's what otter means in this song. The next part of the song will be a solo. So let's practice the first part again, and each part will be twice as long. Wait till I'm done, me, then you. When it's my turn, I'll point to me. When it's your turn, I'll point to you, and I'll sing quieter. Here we go. Me first. There's a little white duck sitting in the water. There's a little white duck sitting in the water. A little white duck doing what he oughter. A little white duck doing what he oughter. And then I have a little solo and I talk about what the duck is doing. And you don't have to sing that part because the words are always changing and they're complicated. But after I sing about what the duck is doing, then whatever animal it is going to say, I'm glad I'm a, whatever animal it is. And they say their sound 3 times. So the duck said, and you can sing that part with me. So if you want to try it, it goes like this. I'm glad I'm a little white duck sitting in the water. Want to try that? Here you go. I'm glad I'm a little white duck sitting in the water. And when he sings his 3 quacks, they go high, low, middle. See if you can hear the notes doing that when you sing after me. Me first. Quack, quack, quack. Your turn. Quack, quack, quack. So after my little solo, be ready to sing, I'm glad I'm a little white duck. And my puppet will actually sing to you when he's singing that part. Should we practice? Let's practice one time on the first verse before we add the puppets. Here we go together. There's a little white duck sitting in the water. A little white duck doing what he oughter. He took a bite of a lily pad, flapped his wings, and he said, I'm glad I'm a little white duck sitting in the water. Quack, quack, quack. Let's try it with the puppets. My first puppet is the puppet that's the lily pad. I couldn't find a lily pad puppet anywhere, so I made one out of some felt. Looks like a baseball mitt. It's got more finger holes than you have fingers in your hand. It's going to float on the water. It even has a little lily in it. So there's a little lily flower on this. And then, of course, my other one is the duck. So for this first verse, I get to do both the lily pad and the duck. So you have to imagine he's sitting in the water, in the surface of the water. Here we go. There's a little white duck sitting in the water, a little white duck doing what he oughter. He took a bite of a lily pad, flapped his wings, and he said, I'm glad I'm a little white duck sitting in the water. Quack, quack, quack. Now the duck's going to be done for a little while, and I'm going to put the lily pad right here so that I can do some other things. The next animal is a little green frog, and he's not sitting in the water. He's swimming in the water. So he'll swim around. He'll swim even under the lily pad. He'll be swimming around. At the end, we know that frogs usually say gribbet, but this frog says glumph, glumph, glumph. If you know music notation for rhythms, you'll notice that above this, above the quacks and above the glumps, goes ta, rest, ta, rest, ta, rest. So there's a little space after each of the animal sounds. Here we go. There's a little green frog swimming in the water, a little green frog doing what he oughter. He jumped right off of the lily pad that the little duck bit, and he said, I'm glad I'm a little green frog swimming in the water. Glumph, glumph, glumph. Now my frog is done for a little while, but he might make a cameo appearance in the next verse. The next animal is a little black bug, and he's floating on the water. Can bugs float and walk on water? They sure can. There are special bugs that can actually walk around on the surface of the water. We're going to pretend this one makes a sound that goes chirp, chirp, chirp. Once again, I couldn't find a black bug puppet, so I made one out of a garden glove and some fabric and an old bride's veil for his wings and some Google eyes and some pipe cleaners. So here he goes. He's floating on the water and he says, chirp. Here we go. There's a little black bug floating on the water, a little black bug doing what he oughter. He tickled the frog on the lily pad that the little duck bit, and he said, I'm glad I'm a little black bug floating on the water. Chirp, chirp, chirp. There's one more animal. It's the snake. The snake does some things to the frog and the duck, or the bug, but we're going to have to imagine the bug because I only have two hands. Once again, I couldn't find a red snake puppet, so I made one. Here's my snake. And he's lying in the water. In fact, sometimes he's so lazy, he's going to lie like that. Pretend he's dead, maybe scare somebody, eat them. And he goes, sss, sss, sss. It's very hard to see. It's at the very bottom of my poster. Sss, sss, sss. There's a little red snake lying in the water, a little red snake doing what he oughter. He frightened the duck and the frog so bad, he ate the bug and he said, I'm glad I'm a little red snake lying in the water. Sss, sss, sss. Now there's nobody left sitting in the water. There's nobody left doing what they oughter. There's nothing left but the lily pad. The duck and frog ran away. It's sad, but there's nobody left sitting in the water. Boo, hoo, hoo. Bye.